Hello, this is Joe Mason of the GreatDreams.com website. Today I'm going to talk about a story of coincidence involving the 9/11 events in 2001. The coincidences are related to the crop circle formations and include numbers, specifically the number 777 and the number 343, which is 7 times 7 times 7. On 9/11, 343 New York City firemen died in the line of duty that day. Prior to that day, in the history of the New York City Fire Department, 777 firemen had died in the line of duty. These numbers appeared in the crop circles years before the 9/11 events. I'll give the details. The details of this talk can be found on this web address. In 1997, two crop circle formations appeared at a location called Barbary Castle in England. Both of them had map coordinates that ended in 777. The first formation was a pinwheel type design with 6 crescents and is based on a diagram known as the seed of life. The other crop formation is a diagram known as the Kabbalistic tree of life. The tree of life is composed of 10 spheres connected by 22 paths. Each path is associated with a tarot card. There are various meanings, including the source and nature of creation. According to Genesis, the fruit of the tree of life gives eternal life. In the book of Revelation, the tree of life stands in the New Jerusalem. I read about the 777 map coordinates of the two formations in a Crop Circle Journal article by researcher Debbie Pardo. She presented the theory that two numbers related to the formations may suggest the writings of the controversial mystic Aleister Crowley, based on spiritual communications he received about the advent of a new eon 93 years prior in 1904. The number associated with the new eon is 93. Crowley published a volume of tables titled 777 and Other Kabbalistic Writings, which centered on the Tree of Life and Gematria, a system where numbers are assigned to English letters and words. Note the 2 pillars on the book cover. They relate to Solomon's Temple and to the left and right pillars of the Tree of Life. Flight 93 was one of the hijacked airplanes on 9/11/2001. It crashed near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. The 2 airplanes that struck the Twin Towers were Flights 11 and 175, which add to 186, twice 93. Flight 77 struck the Pentagon that day. Debbie reported that 2 of the paths of the Tree of Life crop formation were kinked. Barry Reynolds pointed out that those 2 paths represented 2 tarot cards, which coincidentally are the only ones changed from standard by Aleister Crowley. Debbie included a statement in her article that would prove to be quite symbolically significant 4 years later. She explained that the lowest horizontal path of the Tree of Life is associated with the Tower tarot card, which depicts a tall building struck by lightning, lit on fire, with people jumping off. This path connects 2 spheres of the tree, one on the left pillar and one on the right pillar. The 2 sides represent the duality attributes of creation. The 2 spheres in connection to this path, according to Debbie, represent the head and the heart, or the intellect and emotions. Debbie suggests that this may be related to Aleister Crowley's true will. When a person follows his true will, it feels right in both the heart and the head. As I watched the terrible events of September the 11th, 2001, I recall Debbie's article and realized that I was watching an incredibly significant symbolic event. 1 month prior to the 9/11 attacks, Dee had 2 dreams that may have been predictive. One night, she dreamed of 2 pillar candles. The next night, exactly 1 month prior to the attacks, she had a dream of a family at 1415 West Beckett Street named Irenaeus. She found out that 2nd century Saint Irenaeus was a pillar of the Christian church, and that Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury, died at the foot of a pillar when he was assassinated in 1170 A.D. The address number in Dee's dream, 1415, seems significant, as 4 and 5 add to 9, which leaves the 2 ones, or 11. And, of course, the 4 numbers of the address add to 11. The symbolism of 2 flaming pillar candles certainly fits the image of the burning Twin Towers 1 month after the dream. It was also in 1997 that I read about the number 343 appearing as a message coded within crop circles. It was an article by 2 researchers from Germany who had studied ancient sites in their country. They found number codes in the English crop circle formations, much like those found in ancient sites. 2 formations had the number 343 coded within them. The first was another version of the seed of life type that appeared in 1993. The second appeared in 1994 and was called the comet's tail. The authors pointed out that in the philosophy of anthroposophy, the overall duration of the development of humankind and the world consists of 343 periods determined by 7 times 7 times 7. The number 343 had appeared coded into the crops in an amazing way in 1996, but no one realized it at the time. The number was coded as the combined number of circles in 2 similar crop formations called Julia-set fractals. The first was a single Julia-set that appeared right next to Stonehenge. It was said to be composed of 151 circles, but this was corrected later to 149. Incredibly, the formation appeared within 45 minutes in broad daylight, according to witnesses. The second formation was a triple Julia set that appeared 23 days later at Windmill Hill. It was composed of 194 circles. Around 2003, I was inspired to add the 2 numbers and was shocked to find that 149 plus 194 amounts to 343. I took this as a strong confirmation of the work reported by the German researchers. The date of the Stonehenge formation, July 7, 1996, can figure as 777 because the number 1996 reduces to 7. 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 6 sums to 25, and then 2 plus 5 sums to 7. That does it for part 1. Now on to part 2, where we will delve deeper into the meanings of these strange symbolic events.